Welcome everyone to another episode of Hanging in Bear Country. I'm your host, Brian Martinez. With me always is
Jose.
Nice to meet you.
Only certain people are going to get that reference. Jose.
Okay.
Love that guy. Shout out Jose.
on a completely unrelated
anyways.
note, there are openings for a new partner for the
No.
podcast. So if you want to sign up for that, that'd be awesome.
You're funny.
I really am.
You can't do without
I'm
me.
amazing. I can't.
No.
I can't. Guys,
Yeah.
let's give it a shout out for Ian Fernandez. Let's give a round of applause for Ian Fernandez. Alright, stop clapping. Stop clapping. So anyways, we got some people joining us back on the podcast. Would you guys like to reintroduce yourselves for the cameras real quick?
Hi, I'm Lexi Cannon.
Dope.
I'm back.
I'm Isaiah. I actually live under the table.
Yeah.
And they just kind of
This
we
is
call me
how-
out when they
We
need
just,
someone.
yeah, we just bring them up every now and then. Oh, did we reset?
Did it reset? What happened? Okay, we're
Okay,
keeping
okay,
going.
we're good.
Sorry about
No,
that. Some technical difficulties
But
there.
no, I
So-
live under the table.
Guys, besides us all being in broadcasting, what else do we share in common? What other class do we all?
We're all seniors.
Drama production.
We're all in drama.
Drama
production.
Drama pro specifically.
Drama
Okay.
Yeah.
pro.
Well, no, drama pro. is
Pro.
I love Drama Pro. It's so
Mm.
the
cool.
same thing.
Yeah. It's like
Yapping.
studying film theory and production. Or I mean, film theory and studies. Why do you want to film series and study when you could?
Series and study.
Sorry, series. What am I saying? Theory and studies when you could film or study production, which is when you actually do it.
Dude, are you okay?
No, my brain is dying. My cognition is
Hey,
fading.
listen, 5-hour energy and
I
monsters. Those all
slept.
work.
By the way, I only got 3 hours of sleep today because I was up till 2:11 in the
Dude,
morning.
it's showing. It's showing.
Editing
Oh my god.
The trailer for An Enemy of the People.
Which I was saying,
Thank
I
you
saw
very
that.
much.
That was gas. It was very, very good. It was
Oh,
very, very
I
good.
need to watch it.
Yeah.
No, it's like if you watch the trailer, guys, like if you watch the
Can I-
announcements today,
can I watch it?
Very, very
It's-
good. Well, not
thank
right
you.
now.
Oh, it's on the announcement.
Yeah.
It was on the announcements. It was very, very well done.
I
I
didn't
liked
see
it
it.
a lot.
It was like 9 p.m. and the lead Nathan, he plays the main character.
Shout
and I was
out
like,
Nathan,
what's
he's the
missing?
homie.
Shout out Nathan. I was like, what's missing in this trailer? What's gonna make this better? And I was like, a voiceover. Let me text Nathan. Let me text Nathan. Like 9.
Yeah, because I noticed that because I was there watching you film it, and
Yeah.
when I saw the trailer, I was like, "Oh, it's voiceover." I don't know when he added the voiceover.
Yeah.
and I'm like, he probably had it already, and then he did all this. And I was like, "Nope, last second interview." No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Go watch Enemy of the People.
Go.
Go watch
Yeah,
Enemy of
please.
the People. We were
I'm in
really
it.
hard
We had
on
to
it.
refund
next
a bunch
Monday.
of tickets, but honestly speaking, okay, look, I barely joined. Okay, so calling me Drama Pro is like adding like quotation marks.
Hey,
like,
no,
he's
no,
high
hey,
drama.
Bro.
Listen, once you're in, you're in. All right.
no,
we
yes,
and we
sir.
love
Yeah.
you. We're,
I mean,
we're happy to have Brian there.
Yes,
all right?
sir. Yes, sir. Anyways, what's it called? But like, I've seen them. I've seen you guys act. I've seen you guys perform for it, and
great.
It
it's
is.
very well done.
Yeah.
It's very, very good. I will
a
say,
process.
it's a long, it's an arduous
because
process.
it's fun. I really do like it. I enjoy it, but it's also stressful. So you gotta
Oh, I
balance.
know. Yeah.
You gotta balance that. Like you gotta sometimes let go of that. But once you
Let
get
go of that
over
what?
it,
I'm sorry. Yeah,
let go of the stress. I guess.
Oh yeah. No, but like, genre production is like any other like. Well, it's in the name. It's a production, so it's like it's
Yeah.
a long, arduous
Any
process
production, yeah.
where everyone needs
Very tedious.
where everyone needs to pull their own weight. Honestly,
Right.
like this is essentially a like group project,
Community.
the class,
Pretty much,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
essentially. And if you have people who are like the stereotypical, like I'm gonna put my name on it and that's all I'm gonna contribute to the group project, it's not gonna be a good project.
Yeah.
You
We
know.
have some people like that sometimes,
I
but
know, I know, yeah.
we overcome
We're not gonna
it.
name drop.
We're not gonna
We're not gonna
name
name
drop.
drop.
It's
Naming
just
any
like-
names.
We're gonna leave it
This
as
is
that.
a name-free zone.
I've been in Drama Pro for 3 years, so like I know the
You've been
type
around.
of people
Certified
who
veteran.
are in there. There's people who are dedicated, and then there's people who aren't so dedicated, and that
Yeah.
kind of messes up everything.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be because especially if those non-dedicated people like get a big part, you know, like that's not taking away from them. Like they obviously have talent to where it's like they can get that part.
Yeah.
But if they don't constantly show up and like, what's it called? The word complacency. Like if
Yeah.
they get complacent, then it's gonna hurt everything. Like you got to make sure that you enter that class. Like honestly, watching you guys work everything. Shout out to Mr. Dykeman. He
Oh, yeah.
he runs a tight ship.
He's
runs
a
tight-
great teacher.
amazing, phenomenal teacher.
mean-
The fact that he treats every practice like it's
Oh, yeah.
a performance.
When he gives
know.
his advice,
Absolutely.
his notes,
Yeah.
and then
You know.
the other day he was talking about sets, how much effort and time they put into building the sets.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Which is why we heavily ask. We have a lead.
Please watch the show.
Please go to the
Please
show
go to the show.
because this is what's gonna help us with the next show,
It's great.
In the Heights.
In the
In the
Heights.
That
Heights.
is gonna be coming
Very
out.
excited.
In the
So
Heights.
something that I learned because I got the wrong impression from it. In the Heights is not, technically speaking, it's not from John Production. It's a school-wide production because of the fact that they allow auditions
Yeah.
from other people outside of the class.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no. So if I'm really remembering it right, it's 4 shows a year.
Yeah.
2 are specifically Drama Pro.
Yeah.
The other 2 are everyone can audition. Drama
Right.
Pro,
Yeah.
anyone.
Right. That I do know.
I think like last year it was Little Shop.
Little
Shop of Horrors.
Horrors.
We
What was
did
the other?
Little Shop,
I love that show. I went to go
DOA,
watch it.
and then we did
It was DOA, yeah.
Female Odd Couple, was it not?
Female Odd Couple. Yeah.
yeah.
That one wasn't anyone.
And then we also did
Twilight.
Zone.
I was in that
That's
one.
right, yeah.
Speaking of which, for that was the best
Yeah.
part. For Little Shop, honestly, star of the show, that one moth that kept flying around into the audience.
It was the moth.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
because the lights for Little Shop, they were really great, but they were also really bright. So there was just a moth flying around.
Yeah, and you could see it.
Yeah, and he was just flying back and forth. And like honestly, he stole the show. Best actor, in my opinion.
Wow.
Surprised he didn't win anything.
Seymour should have eaten it. Shouldn't just.
You mean
Same
Audrey?
Sorry,
Audrey
Audrey.
too.
Audrey too. My bad.
Audrey.
Padre. We call him Padre.
It's okay.
We call him Tui.
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 Which
Yeah.
the actors also were amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
everyone. I remember I went to go watch it.
Xavier, my guy.
I remember when I went to go watch
Xavier
it.
did really, really
He
well.
is.
He did.
He's amazing. out
Before
there.
I was in
Yeah.
production and I went to go watch it. I legitimately like I forgot that it was like a production from teenagers.
Yeah.
I was like watching everything. I was like, dude, this looks good. This is really, really good. The only thing that reminded me that it was a high school production were 2 things. One, the turntable.
Yep.
And like how it's so, and I was like, why are you taking so long? Like, oh yeah, right. It's a high school production. Sorry, I genuinely forget because of how good everything is. Right. That and then shout out to the jazz band back then.
Yeah.
Right. Like
They
you
were
could
good.
hear like some of the squeaks, and I'm like, that shouldn't sound right. That's all right. It's a high school production. You genuinely forget that when you're watching the show because it's that
so
good.
And to bring it like
Yeah.
back around, it was great because the people, they enjoyed what they did. They pulled their weight. They came together to build the set, paint.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was just that general community thing. And they came together and they made it great.
The fact that you guys can transform that tiny room into like a full blown theater is alone
Yeah.
is like
Wow.
is crazy to me.
Yeah.
You haven't even seen his big sets. His big
No.
sets are amazing.
I hope we do
But
something.
for that, we need like people who are dedicated who will come in and help.
Hey,
There's
hey,
not
Dude,
many
listen,
people.
all I'm gonna say is
light work.
if Brian's coming in and he'll help, I'm gonna be there.
Yes, sir.
Brian is
Brian,
like
Brian can put in the hours. He's devoted.
yeah.
Put in
Yeah.
the work. Put in the hours.
can lift.
and take what's ours.
Yeah.
Brian's like
The
a
Rock.
he's a rock.
I was
He's
about
the
to say
Rock.
thank you
Oh,
for
yeah.
saying the rock and
He's
not
the-
something else.
The Rock Johnson.
I was gonna say familiar, bro.
I was gonna say I'm personally gonna audition for In the Heights.
I think
I'm
you should.
very hyped
You're
up
a
for
great
that.
singer.
Thank you. I
You
really
are.
appreciate that. However, from what I've heard, especially if you're going for lead roles, which I actually want to say this. This is not me. This is not just me saying this. This is also Dykeman saying this to those who are watching this. If you are going to audition, go for the lead role. Okay, don't
Do it.
because I've had a lot of friends go, oh, I'll audition, but just for the ensemble, and it's like, no, go for the lead role because you never know if whether or not like how to say this. There's a worse feeling going home and going, man, I should have tried out rather
Yeah.
than, man, I
Yeah.
didn't make
I remember
it.
you said that
Yeah.
last
I did.
podcast. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean
No,
it
and I know, because-
there
It's very true.
because there are plenty of times because then when you go home and thinking, man, I should have tried out, that's gonna bug you for like a
yeah.
good long while. Like you may say right now, whatever, it's a high school production, who cares? But like maybe like a year or 2 down the line, you're gonna be like, man, what if I did try out for
Yeah.
that? What would have happened?
What would
Yeah.
that
You know,
look like?
rather than go, oh, I tried out, didn't work, whatever. You know, like
Yeah.
it's gonna suck in the moment where it's like, man, I didn't get in. A week later, it's like, okay, and you know, well, yeah, like because like for lack of a better term, it's like there's no crying over
Yeah.
spilled milk. Like it is what it is. You just got to move on at that point. But if you don't audition and if you're just it lets it permeate in the mind and it sucks. So please try out, audition,
Audition.
go for broke. And
Do
even
it.
if you don't get it, there's probably going to be a spot remaining for you. Okay, at least the way that like I've been hearing everything.
Yeah.
And you know, you can always be tech.
That's true.
You know,
Yeah.
do light,
Yeah,
do
you
sound.
can be
Light is
involved in
very
this production.
I'm
Yeah.
not even joking. All you do is push a button.
Yeah,
That is it.
And they will mention you in the credits.
They
Yeah.
will.
You basically get free credit. It's not
yeah,
free credit
for
because
pushing
there is
buttons.
actual work, and
Uh-huh.
it is very difficult because you need the correct cues.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
But regardless,
helping
like,
out
it's still
in any way
possible.
you can, even if you don't get a role, it's very recommended. And adding to what Brian said, if you do get in, you know, even if you don't get the lead part, if you get whatever part it is going to be stressful. Like it is
Yeah.
going to be stressful, but you're gonna want to push through because when you do, you're gonna get that like, man, I did this. I was a part of something amazing. You okay?
Yeah.
My bad.
I was a part of something
Horrible
amazing.
timing.
Up a lung over there.
Horrible timing.
So
Whoa.
honestly, just push through. You know, if you do what you do, you'll have fun. It's a really fun
apologize.
class.
I apologize.
No,
I
you're good.
had some chicken McGriddles this morning.
Ah.
They were bussing. They were bussing.
I bet you they were.
Chicken McGriddles are better than the actual McGriddles. There, I said it. There, I said it.
I agree. I
They're better.
agree.
There's so much
Ian,
better.
During
Ian, how-
COVID?
Ian, I'm
During
gonna be honest.
COVID, I can't stand McDonald's, but during COVID, McDonald's was like the only decision, the only choice.
Yeah.
So every day it was just 2 chicken McGriddles.
Yes,
And they-
sir.
And they say,
Yes.
and they said McDonald's workers aren't essential workers. But Ian, I do not want your opinion on food. You don't like chocolate cake.
Who said I mean, I
said?
still prefer vanilla over chocolate. I didn't say I don't.
Yes,
Yeah, I don't.
I don't like
not
chocolate that much. Like I don't.
It's okay.
I don't know.
Chocolate's
It's okay.
good, but
Too
You're
much
not
candy
Ian, so
gives
it's
me
okay.
like too much sweets just gives me headaches. I can't
Oh,
deal. Like
really?
I can't. Like
For
caramel
me,
I can't
it's
eat.
nausea.
M&Ms
Oh,
can't
wow.
eat.
Yeah.
Chocolate
Wow.
cake no.
I remember I ate a cake
I
so
can't do it.
sweet, I got sick the next day.
for me, it's the fact that like a sugar, like I'll get a sugar rush, but the sugar crash is like
Ooh.
horrible. I
It
remember.
hits you hard.
I remember specifically when I was like 10 years old, I had a whole pillowcase full of Halloween candy. I ate that in like 2 days, basically. I was like running on a sugar rush for like basically a week straight. And when I finally, like, for lack of a better term, like came down, when I finally like went back to like back to reality, whoop the gold gravity. When I finally came back, bro, I was like, oh, dude, it was brutal.
What
I
planet
couldn't.
am I on?
Literally,
Where am I?
what planet am I on? What year
No,
is this?
it's like that.
My brain.
But
It's like
honestly,
Paul
don't
Blart
work.
from Mall Cop. Like, you ever seen that movie?
honestly though,
But
I have
that's
to like stay up. I would recommend instead of like candy, probably like energy drinks. Better.
caffeine is bad.
I'm about to say
Bad for
that's
you.
arguably
you-
worse.
well,
Because now you're putting more
I
stress
can't
on your
stand
heart.
coffee.
That's
I
true.
can't
but
drink coffee, it's
I
too
think
bitter.
It depends.
Yeah.
I love
The
coffee.
taste.
That's because you're not drinking the right kind of coffee.
Okay.
In terms of it, no. Like if you don't,
No,
For me, if you don't like coffee because it's too bitter, I'm like that's because you're not having.
No,
the
it
right
just
coffee.
doesn't taste
Milk
good
and
at all.
coffee.
Yeah.
And
What
the
kind of coffee have
effects-
you had?
The effects
What
suck.
kind of? What kind of?
Oh, that too. Yeah.
Just in
Effects, I
general.
agree. But what kind of coffee?
Like,
do you
I
have?
get
like
effects.
my grandma would always make this coffee.
Was it Cuban coffee?
Cuban coffee.
There's the reason why.
I've had
Cuban
Starbucks
coffee
coffee.
is dude. I
My
remember
mom would make coffee, like just normal kind.
Cuban or normal.
No, just normal.
You sure?
I don't like coffee.
Well,
I
what's
can't stand
normal
it.
to you?
fair enough.
What's
Because
normal?
wouldn't normal
I
be
don't.
relative?
I don't know. I'm not a coffee enthusiast.
Because
Just
if you go
normal
to
coffee.
like somewhere where they grow their own coffee,
right.
It's strong.
Yeah, Cuban.
it's more
Strong,
Cuban
dude.
coffee.
To them, stronger
Cuban
coffee,
coffee
is normal.
is literally
So-
like the closest thing to like a legal
yeah.
just
like
Oh yeah, 'cause aren't
performance
you like?
enhancer.
I drunk it. It's like
It is. No, I remember
What
I
is
went
this?
to a place that gave out like authentic Cuban coffee, and
Yeah.
I asked for Cuban coffee, and they gave it to me in like what basically was like their version of a shot
Shot
glass, and I was like, I want more. What is this? I can have more. And the guy looked at me. He's like, "You sure?" I'm like, "Give it, give it." Hit me with your best shot. Hit me with your best shot. And he was like, "All right, get your regular glass." I took, dude. Even the whip, I was like,
you feel your brain dying.
like, yo. And like, what's worse, like, I did it in front of the waiter. The waiter looked at me. He's like, "You still want the shot glass?" I'm like, "Nah, I got it. I took like 2 gulps and I was like, I need to go. Like, I need to go lie down.
That's how heavy.
My hands were shaking, dude. I took 2 sips and I put it down and I just,
Your heart is beating. really
no,
fast.
I
You can
have,
feel
bro.
your heart.
I was
Yeah.
horrid.
Terrible.
Oh my god.
Speaking of terrible, it is terrible that we have to end the podcast.
Unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, good segue.
Very sad.
Wow.
Very good segue. Damn you. That was a good
Learning.
segue.
He's good. He's good at that.
Thank you
I
guys so
am
much.
really good
So-
at segues.
Anyways, go see the play.
Please,
Please. Go see- It's an amazing play.
This is no
You won't
longer a
regret it.
joke. This is no longer a
It's-
bit.
it's fun.
Guys. If you go see the play, you will get you'll get a picture and maybe an autograph from the one and only Brian Martinez.
That is not a promise.
Even though he's
Please
not
go
even
watch
in
the
it.
play. I'm not in the play.
Fernandez.
No.
Please go watch the play.
Please go watch the play.
See you guys later.
Bye, everybody.
Take care.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.